Attention Silver City residents, this is Silvacity Dude with another video. This time I'm going to talk about how if you're poor, you need to get gold and silver. Stay tuned. When I'm referring to poor, I'm not talking about Kazakhstan standards of poor. I'm talking about more or less United States levels of what is considered to be poor. Another word for poor is poverty. One of the problems that I feel like we have in this country is that people are now unwilling to admit that they are poor. In a lot of cases, poor people make the attempt to look rich instead of actually working on becoming rich. Since we feel this need to avoid the social stigma of being poor, what I will tell you is that no matter what you think, no matter what you feel, the United States government has set guidelines that establishes who is considered poor. If you take a look, a household of one making $12,490 is considered poor. A household of two, $6,910, you are considered poor. A household of three, $21,330, you are considered poor. A household of four, $25,750. And the list goes on, and you all can take a look at this at your own time to delve into this a little more. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to break down a little bit about what it means to be poor according to government standards and how that can affect you. Think about it this way. If you earn minimum wage, which according to federal guidelines is $7.25 an hour, if you happen to have a minimum wage job and you work 40 hours each week, for every week in the year, you will earn $15,080. According to the federal guidelines, you will not be considered poor. Again, despite what you think, despite what you feel, these numbers are set by the federal government to establish what financial situation a person is in to be considered poor. So if you find yourself within these guidelines, according to the federal government, you are poor. What this means is if you are a household of one and you earn $12,490, that roughly estimates to a person who only earns $240 a week in the United States. One of the more disingenuous parts of the standard which qualifies someone as being poor is that they consider it based on gross income, not net income. So they do not even consider the amount of taxes they take out of your check to qualify you as being poor. All of this being said, in many cases, when people are working jobs making just minimum wage, they are usually not offered benefits that lead toward retirement. And this is a serious problem. It's a problem because we have in the United States a culture where people believe in this idea of the American dream, which suggests that a person can rise from absolutely nothing and earn riches through hard work and dedication. Now that I have established for you all what poverty is, what being poor is, I want you to understand that it is very possible for you to get silver and gold. One of the main questions you might ask yourself is, why should I get silver and gold? Well, that's a very simple answer for me. As I mentioned, most jobs that are minimum wage jobs do not offer plans that lead toward retirement. They do not invest in the employee's future. At the same time, you do have some companies that do this, that offer forms of 401ks so that the employee is able to retire with some form of income. It is understandable for some people to be skeptical about silver and gold because the mainstream media does not talk about silver and gold in a way that it should be understood and respected by the vast majority of the population. Silver and gold is money. If you are a minimum wage worker and you do happen to have a company that offers you some form of retirement, normally it is because they base it on the wage that you make and they will possibly match that. So if you imagine being at $7.25, they are not putting very much money into your retirement. So for this reason, I would suggest you to come up with an alternative in order to save for your own retirement. This is especially true for those of you all who do work minimum wage or less and are not being offered a retirement plan. This is the very reason that you should stack silver and gold. I talk to lots of people on YouTube who have various niches, from cooking to fishing to hang gliding to droning to gardening to stacking silver and gold to playing video games or whatever it is. Of these people that I talk to, when I ask many of them, are they interested in silver and gold? The answer is usually, I can't afford that. Well, I'm here to tell you today, in the United States, levels of poverty, you can afford that. Robert Kiyosaki of Rich Dad, Poor Dad fame has said before that poor people say to themselves, I can't afford it. Whereas rich people say to themselves, how can I afford it? Those are two totally different mentalities. In the United States, for example, you can imagine some people who might go out and buy a pair of $200 sneakers, but they will be late on their rent that month, just so they can have these sneakers worth $200 to other people for no reason. We have situations of some women who will go out and buy a $300 designer purse, but barely has enough food in the refrigerator to feed herself and her kids. This is a problem. The first thing that you have to do in order to get silver and gold, if you are poor, is to change your mentality. The first thing you have to do is realize that time is your most precious commodity. That being the case, while you are young, while you are healthy, while you are able, you should do everything you can in order to prepare for your future. I know that it's really boring for young people to try to pretend that they are old, because after all, old people have wrinkles, old people have gray hair, old people have guts and flabby skin. So young people have a hard time imagining themselves as being old. There are things that if you changed in your diet, you would be able to save just a little bit of money so you can put toward your retirement. For example, if you absolutely love to drink soda pop, whatever you call it, carbonated drinks, if you find yourself drinking these every day, then you might want to come up with a financial plan where you totally eliminate those. Maybe not cold turkey, but you find a way to wean yourself away from those and just drink water. This video was starting to be a lot longer than I anticipated, so look forward to the other 2 installments to this. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Silvacity Dude out.